Hey, gang, I want to share with you a principle that will change the way you do your business. If you own your business or whatever business you're in, the way you build relationships in your life and the way you view your product or service. And this, hey, I coach chiropractors. I take this directly out of the Mindset Mastery boot camps. And the principle I'm going to go through today, I learned from Tony Robbins at Business Mastery that made not only all the difference in the world for me, but it makes all the difference in the world for the hundreds of chiropractors we change that have built cultures. And building a culture is the primary strategy for business today. What's culture? It's an organization of people that have common beliefs. They have a common purpose. They speak a common language. And so what do most people do, whether you're in real estate, and this also applies to chiropractic, doesn't matter what business you're in, what do? We get so fired up about the product or service. We get so fired up about chiropractic that we want to tell them how great chiropractic is. We want to tell them how great their life can be. We want to tell them all these things and the power of an adjustment and all that. And this doesn't matter, whatever business you're in, you think what you do is so cool, and it is. And you're absolutely right. But guess what? They don't care. You know what? They don't care. You know why? Because every human being that's a customer, every human being that's walking on the face of the planet just wants one thing. They just want one thing. And that is they want to be understood. That's what they want. They want to be understood and they want a relationship. And when you understand that people buy and they invest in the relationship, when they buy a product or service, they buy it, they're happy, it's great, just like you said. When they're done with it, they put it down. And that's what's been going on in chiropractic, right? Because there's a difference between someone that comes in with back pain, does whatever, you get rid of their pain, you solve their problem, even if it's an organ problem, and then it goes away, and then all of a sudden, well, I got to do this, and doc, I don't have time, and man, I can't afford it. And that's the same thing in any business, because you love your product or service, you sold them a product or service, it worked, and now they're done. As opposed to falling in love with your customer, not your product or service. That is a different psychology, and this is the principle from Business Mastery. Fall in love with your customer, not your product or service, because when you do that, you want to know who they are. You want to understand what their purpose is. You want to understand their values. You know why people don't invest in your product or service? Because it doesn't align with their values. It doesn't align with their highest values and their purpose. So when you fall in love with a customer, you want to know what's most important to them. They are going to feel understood, rather than giving them a bunch of information about your product or service that's so cool and why they should use it, and you want them to use it for the rest of their life. You ask more questions about who they are, what their values are, what their purpose is. Now, when they feel understood, they feel connected. They want to invest in your product or service, not just once, but they want to stay because you have a relationship. Now, I think all of you guys probably say, well, I know we build lifetime relationships. Well, on what percentage? Because what we do in elite coaching and what we teach out of the boot camps, because this comes right out of boot camp 1 that we teach in the Mindset Mastery boot camps, is fall in love with your customer, not the product or service. Another quote from Business Mastery that we teach in boot camp 1 and 2 is amateurs go for the close, right? They go for the close. They sell them the product, services done. Professionals know how to build a relationship. They know how to build a relationship. Why? Because every business, everybody knows a long-term customer, having a relationship with someone where you have connection. That's the most valuable thing for you. When you sell them a product or service, they use it and they're gone. How about you have a relationship with them? So you're not just selling a product or service. You have a relationship with people. You understand who they are. You know their family. man, they want to refer to you. They want to keep coming to you. So here is the main principle. Now, we teach you in the boot camps how to do that in a consultation, how to do that in an exam, how to do that in a report of findings, how to do that in a daily visit. And this all applies actually, not just chiropractic, although we build these 90% cultures. We have 90% of every patient that walks through the door stay because we shift their mindset. So what's the premise of today? Don't fall in love with your product or service. Fall in love with the customer. And then the information is your product or service. Now you'll have a person that you'll build a lifelong relationship with. And isn't that really why we're here? Isn't that our purpose? So don't fall in love with your product or service. You will love that. We already know. Fall in love with the customer, help them feel understood, and you can build a lifetime relationship. All right, gang, check out elitecoachingllc.com. Check out our next set of boot camps. They're coming up in July and August in Atlanta. And go to elitecoachingllc.com. All right, love you guys. Take care.